Welcome to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the show, leave a comment, and click that like button.
Welcome back to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. It's your boy once again, back in my main seat here, the host, Marvelous, the Marvelous one, back with the usual suspects. I got Don Juan here with me. I
Yeah, you
got
know it.
Philosophical,
Yo, what's up? What's up?
and we got our guest on the show, Dale, representing Cowboy Nation. But hold up, everybody. Before we get started, you got some explaining to do, Phil. Open mic, Phil.
Open mic. Let me mute mine.
I just have a few things to say. We are who we thought we were. Again. Last week I gave Kirk Cousins kudos. This week, that performance, and now I will say, it's not all on Kirk Cousins. The defense it just let us down. Offensive line let us down. Parsons and the whole defensive line was sacking us left and right. They shut our run game down. They shut down Jefferson. 40-3 beatdown. It goes back to what I've been saying for the past, 4 weeks, 5 weeks now, that we'll see about Kirk Cousins. And you guys can tell me, all my Vikings fans out there, you guys know what I'm talking about. We know Kirk Cousins, the Kirk Cousins bus has got to go. I know the defense is old. We can't stop anything. Justin Jefferson is a superstar. Dalvin Cook is having a spectacular year, but we got beat. And that's fine. Any given Sunday, I'll give it to that. But I'm back on my stance for Kirk Cousins. We'll see. Regular season quarterback, we'll see what he does in the playoffs. So kudos to the Cowboy fans. I guess you guys are punching your Super Bowl tickets temporarily on your couches watching it, one or the other. So big up to you guys. My Vikings, we got a lot of work to do. That's
your rant. Okay.
That's my rant.
All right. I hear you, man.
And I was being nice.
You were being nice.
Go first, Mom. Get. That is not a great counter argument because he's putting all this blame. I mean, Kirk. Don't get me wrong. Kirk did terrible because out of that field goal, your field goal kicker, he kicked one field goal, and after that was it. The rest of the game, y'all got shut totally out. But that defensive performance,
it was bad. The defense is old.
Kirk don't play defense.
I know. I was wondering too. I thought
he can't
Kirk
score
was on
points.
defensive line or something like that.
He can't score points either. Can't score points either.
That's true. And what's most embarrassing about it, you lost 40-3 at home.
40-3
at home.
Yeah. The defense is a problem. I know this. It's a problem.
Like I told y'all before, this is why I didn't have the Vikings in my top 5. I didn't think they could beat any team in my top 5. Now, granted, they did beat the Bills, but I thought that the Bills played like the Falcons. They did some Falcons type stuff. Fumble at the goal line. You know what I'm saying? Throw an interception in the end zone in overtime. Falcon type stuff. Allowed Jefferson to catch a one-handed catch on 4th and 15 or something ridiculous. Falcons type stuff. You wouldn't have won that.
Amazing catch.
It was an amazing catch. Yeah, that's the type of stuff that happens against the Falcons.
Nothing you can do about that. There's nothing you can do about that.
You know what you do? You slap it down. You don't try to catch an interception on 4th and 15. You put your hands up and you slap the damn ball out of his hands. Simple as that. This clown was trying to catch the interception from Jordan Jefferson. He deserved to be mossed on that play. But enough about your Vikings. We don't want to talk anymore about those losers. Let's talk about those Saints. Let's talk about them damn Saints. Man, what does it take? Do you really have to split snaps with Andy Dalton, with Taysom Hill? I mean, really? I mean, come on, Saints. I mean, this is not rocket science. Taysom Hill touches the ball, the Saints win. The more he touches the ball, the more you win. Record as starting quarterback, 7-2. Against division opponents, 5-0. Come on, not rocket science. This ain't hard. we literally had a drive where they were splitting snaps. Now, don't get me wrong. Andy Dalton had a great day. He played well. But what's the point of him if he got to split time with the third string tight end? Still, I'm still, that's the dumbest designation I've ever seen. He's got to be the worst tight end in the league. But you line him up at quarterback, and he's most productive at quarterback. Either case, we won the game. This seems to be the formula going forward. I see eventually Taysom Hill is going to take over because it just doesn't make any sense that you keep the guy on the sideline or keep him playing tight end. He's not productive there. Then you bring him in at quarterback, and somehow we win. Magically, we win. So I look forward to more wins, just not next week. I just don't see us beating the 49ers, but we'll talk more about that when we get to my predictions. What you got to say, Don? How do those Ravens do?
Ravens football. A lot of people got upset about the productivity of it. We started off slow, real slow, 3-3. And I think that we went back to the old Ravens footprint, whereas though we started playing solid defense, as I told everybody before. That blitz package is coming together, and you seeing it come together at the right time, which is the fourth quarter, the quarter that we've been losing them the most. And we've been staying true to our main game plan, which is going into the halftime with the lead. 3-0, I got it. It's not a big league, but like I said before, the significance of the number 3. Go through drive-through and be $3 short. Let that drive-through cashier teach you the significance of the number 3. When you're short, you're short. So I mean, I think we're doing pretty good, and I think at wide receiver, Robinson, he came in 9 catches for 128 yards, so he showed up real big. But I think our depth in that defensive line is showing up real big, and once again, Smith, I think that was the pickup. I think that's the pickup of the season right there. I think everybody's sleeping on it because if you look at it, he's freeing up Queen, and he also freeing up Houston. And also Paul Pierce, that old dude, got what 2 sacks and an interception. Game changers, and he got him in the fourth quarter. So those are big plays that we're doing. One thing that we gotta be cautious of, Hilton, our safety, he got hurt, so he's questionable coming back. But I think we got 2 buys coming up, so I think we should do good. This game, the game was a bye coming out of the bye week, Yeah, and now we got who we got next? We got the who we got next? We got the
Yeah,
you
the
guys
Browns.
play.
No. We got Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Yeah, that's a bye week too.
That sounds like a trap game to me.
No,
Yeah.
it's
That
a bye.
sounds
It's
like
a
a
bye.
trap game.
It's a bye week. It's a bye week.
In Jacksonville. Sound like a
Yeah, in
trap
Jacksonville.
game.
Sound like a bold pick to me.
Yeah, it sounds like a bold pick to me too. Because I mean, Lamar going home. Family gonna be there. You're gonna try to show out. Probably gonna party in Miami.
No, I got us running up the score on them real big, and like
Running
I
up the
said
score.
before,
What?
I'm checking my echo because I keep hearing myself when I say run up the score. You say run up the score. I'm trying to see if it's me or is it an echo.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, hey, I gotta see it. I gotta see it to believe it. I mean, I find sometimes y'all play down to your talent. You know what I'm saying? So down to your competition, I should say. So we'll see what happens.
We hold first place real strong, and I think Cincinnati, like I said before, they struggling, and they gonna crawl into the playoffs. I got them crawling in. Right now, the Dolphins and the Bills, they playing tight, and also we got Kansas City down at that bottom. So as we start to close out the season, Titans, they still pulling. So it's starting to shape itself.
Yeah, it's starting to shape
out.
The AFC East is the toughest conference in the AFC right now. All the teams over 500.
Yeah.
It's watered down.
Watered down.
Well, like I told y'all.
Hey, is the echo in here again?
I think the NFC East has something to say about that toughest division.
Yeah.
Hey, Marv, transition to that guy, man. Go ahead. Transition to him, Marv. Go ahead. Give
we're going to transition him just a moment, but like I said before, my Saints are looking like they're trying to find this identity. They're still trying to figure things out. Once we figure that out, the NFC South is the worst division in the league. So that leaves a door open for us to squeak through. So I'm still leaving a little hope. And once again, Phil, my prediction is still 7-10. And I think
Tampa Bay
7 and
look
10.
like they're gonna win
I
that
think
division.
7-10 can win the division. So
no, Tampa Bay look like they're gonna win that division.
well, we will see because we have to play them again. So we will see. I mean, our defense is getting better, but of course, the defense gets better when the offense plays better. When you're controlling time and possession, when you're controlling field position, when you're sustaining drives. Yes, that makes your defense look
By the
better
way, you
because
talking,
you don't
you
have
act
to
like they're
work so
about to
hard.
win 9 games.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I don't even predict that they're going to beat the 49ers. But we still got the Panthers, we still got the Falcons, we still got some teams that want to lose, and we're going to try to help them. The Panthers want to
Falcons
lose.
are playing tough.
Yeah, Falcons
Yeah.
are playing tough. Yeah,
But since
That
since
run game is tough.
yeah,
you don't know which Falcons team is showing
but
up.
since Phil want to talk, since he wants to talk, let's hear from Dell. Let's get his perspective of what happened in that Vikings Cowboys game. Because I mean, that was a big win, and the Vikings came in 8-1 after they big win over the Bills, which was still suspect. But they beat the Bills, and then the Cowboys lost to the Packers in overtime that previous week. So I was a little down on the Cowboys. They disappointed me after I had them in my top 5. They disappointed me. So what you think about that big win, man?
Well, I think what we had was clearly a tale of two tapes that everything wasn't quite what they see. I mean, Dallas has literally dominated the Packers the whole entire game except for the last 9 minutes. They let them stay around, stop running the ball. I don't know why we stopped running the ball. Did not run the ball. Decide we want to let Dak stay aggressive and close out the game. And you come out, you start passing all over. You give the ball right back to the Packers. Dak had 2 interceptions. I mean, gave the ball right back to him, let him tie the game up, and then had a chance in overtime to win it and take it over, and gave it up on downs. You had 4 downs and out. Gave it right back to him and gave back that dude. So, I mean, but literally we dominated that entire game. Now, on the other side, Minnesota played the Bills. Like on paper, you say, oh, they beat the Bills in Buffalo. Oh, great, right? But look at the game. They were kind of being beat that game. And really, it was a set of circumstances to let them win that game. If they don't get that ball, if the Bills don't get the ball at the 1-inch line, if they don't get the ball at the 1 inch, the game is over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They got the ball at the 1-inch line, so they couldn't just kneel on it. And then he goes Josh Allen. I think there's something wrong with his elbow. We're gonna talk about that, I guess. We can talk about that a little bit later. But I think since the Packers game, since they played the Packers, he had a problem with his elbow. First 6 games of the year, he only threw 4 interceptions. The last 3 weeks, he's thrown 6 interceptions. Okay, so he threw 1 interception the last 3 weeks that he has in the first 6 games. So I think something is wrong with his elbow, and even that game against Minnesota, he actually left for a little bit because of the elbow and came back. They thought that Case Keenum was going to finish that game, but he came back out, fumbled the ball, and the rest is history. They got the ball.
And see,
but now back to the.
One little point I wanted to make to you about that with the Bills. This is why I said the Bills should have rested Josh Allen. You got a veteran quarterback behind him. Let him finish a few games to get healthy and get Josh Allen back. But
can't afford to rest him because the Ravens are coming.
Yeah,
it's a strong playoff, and they want that.
They're not worried about the Ravens. They're worried about the division.
They got They got to worry about the Ravens.
They're not worried about the Ravens. They're worried about the division.
You want home. You want home field advantage.
Yeah, but
one game. The Miami is 1 game above them. Below them.
It's not about winning the division. At this point, it's about getting your star quarterback healthy. So
yeah, that's true too.
But you got to. But go ahead, Dale.
I'm gonna tell you how much I thought that, like you said, Marv, that Case Keenum was going to start. I actually started him that week in my FanDuel lineup. I had Case Keenum in there, and then when I found out that Josh Allen was going to play, I couldn't change him in time, so I had him blank at my quarterback position. I thought for sure Case Keenum was going to play. No way he was going to play Josh Allen, especially the reckless abandon he plays with. I mean, he's running the ball. He don't slide.
Right.
He's running people over. He's getting tackled by 3-4 guys at the same time. I mean, I can't even remember last time I seen him take a slide.
Right.
You know,
I don't think he knows how to slide.
I don't think he knows how to, you know. So get that guy some rest. Give him like 1 or 2 weeks. Because that elbow, look, you want him good for the playoffs. That's it. I mean, you could try to win the regular season all you want to, but if that arm ain't good for the playoffs,
right,
then it's all for nothing.
Right.
It's all for nothing.
Yep.
You know, so, you know, and if you look at those passes, most of those interceptions, you come back up there, flat interceptions. It's not like really a bad throw. The guy be open, but he not getting the ball to him. And I think it's because of that elbow. He's throwing it too low, and these linebackers are coming underneath, just hitting it. The ball's hitting him in the stomach. You know? Yep. But if you look behind him, you see there was a guy open behind him. You know? So once they get smart, they smarten up and rest that guy because his bye week already came by. Give him some rest, and I think he'll be the old Josh Allen.
Okay.
You know?
Well, look, Dale, don't let Phil off the hook. What happened against the Vikings? That's what I want to know. Tell me about the ass whipping. Tell me about that.
This game is one of the most complete games I've seen the Cowboys ever play on the road. I've never seen them play this. I've seen them play complete games like this in division. You know, play Washington. We beat them like, I don't know, 47-10 one time. You know, it's happened before, like the blowouts happen. But this is a complete, like, thrashing. I mean, there's no other way to say it. Defense had 7 sacks. Kirk Cousins threw what? Did he throw 400 yards? I don't even think he threw 400 yards.
No, he did not.
He didn't even throw 400 yards. Dalvin Cook, I will say, still averaged over 6 yards a carry. That was disappointing because we knew going into there that he was going to run efficiently, and he still ran efficiently. But they couldn't keep running the ball, especially keep falling behind. So, you know, but I didn't like that 6.5 yards a carry or whatever. I think you got 6.3 or 6.5 yards a carry. Did not like that. But everything else, how can you not say you like that? Pollard went crazy for almost 200 total yards. Zeke had 2 touchdowns. You know, everything was efficient. We were just efficient with everything. There's no complaints about how we won the game. Like I said, we won in Minnesota. Yeah, it's just that's how we expect. Well, as a Dallas fan, I expect them to play if they have chances of moving on in the playoffs. I'm tired of looking good in the regular season. You know what I'm saying? It's time we start looking good in the playoffs. I get in arguing with other Cowboys fans who you know, like y'all say sometimes, they see this and they say, okay, we're going to the Super Bowl. That's not quite the thing. I've seen this show before. I done seen it. And they think I'm a hater. You know, I don't want to be happy. I'm like, nah. I'm just saying, I done seen this before.
Well, are you a hater? What's your prediction?
No, I want to see. Okay, now look, Dallas. Now this gonna sound haterish, but I like to calm down my other fellow Cowboy fans with this. When they get too zealous, they get too overzealous. I got to calm them down. Say, look, y'all, forget everything you saw before. We ain't been to an NFC Championship game in 27 years. Forget a Super Bowl, right? We got to take the steps to get there. You know what I'm saying? The Buffalo Bills, everybody thought they was going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, they've been to an NFC Championship game. You know, you got to get there first before you got like a contending chance. I know Cincinnati just didn't do that, but they just went there. But they got Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is a great quarterback. We'll get back to that. But anyway, I gotta see them do it in the playoffs against these other teams. And if you cannot stop the run, okay, when it's cold time, okay, and people are running the ball, you are going to have a problem winning. It happened to us last year when we played San Francisco. We were supposed to be a better team. We favored. We at home. But what did they do? They ran down our throat. And as soon as I saw that matchup, I said, we're going to have problems now. I don't think we're going to beat them. Everybody, have faith. I said, look, I've seen this before. I'm telling you, if we do not stop that run, they're going to kill us, right? And that's exactly what happened. And it's going to happen again if we don't show up to run. Cowboys disrespect defensive tackles. I don't know what it is. What's called, you see Philly went and got Dominican Sue. You see the Ravens, they went and got Roquan Smith. Okay? And then Philly even got another guy too. They've got another defensive lineman because they were having problems stopping the run.
They're about to have
Dallas
Ndamukong Suh and Fletcher Cox. Oh my
and
gosh.
Fletcher Cox and the other guy they
Oof.
picked up another guy as well.
From
I forgot his
Georgia.
name.
From
Yeah,
Georgia.
Yeah, that guy.
Davis. Jordan Davis.
Yeah, Jordan
Okay.
Davis. Picked
Okay,
him up
so-
as well.
So
Dallas does not do that. So I have a problem right now because we cannot stop the run. Even against Minnesota, 6 yards of carry is not good for me. I'm sorry. I'm like Belichick. We can win all you want to, but we got to show up the bad things. I don't care. I still see the bad things even when we win.
Okay, all right. So 10-7, loss in the first round, wild card, right?
10-7.
That's
No, wait.
that's what I heard. Did y'all hear something different?
That's
That's what it
hey.
sounded like to me.
That's all I heard.
That's all
sound
I
like
heard.
it to me.
10-7,
10 and
losing a
7.
wild card,
10 and 7.
wild card
Wow.
round.
10-7. I heard 9-8.
You heard 9-8.
Cannot go that far.
That means about to go win one more game.
Look, we will win our first round game in the playoffs. I will say that.
Oh, you gonna?
Win our
Oh,
first round
okay,
game.
okay.
But I'm worried about that next round. That's the one I'm worried about because that's when all the running teams. We're gonna see all the running teams later. The last four, it's gonna be the last four. The last 18, it's gonna be running teams, and that's what I'm worried about.
Okay,
In the first round, y'all gonna have to play the Bucks. Y'all gonna beat the Bucks in the first round.
Bucks can't run the ball. Bucks can't run the ball. That's we beat the Bucks. They can't run the ball. Any team that don't run the ball, Dallas can beat. It's the running team.
So since we're on the subject of defense, and I brought this up to these guys. You guys lead the league in sacks. You're getting to the quarterback. You got 42 sacks on the season so far. Carson is like third in the league. Are we looking at a really good defense? It doesn't sound like what I'm hearing from you, or it's just a really good defensive line. But that doesn't sound like that's the case either. You're saying they can't stop the run. So what is it?
Well, it's situational defense. We got a ball hawk in Diggs and the defensive backfield. He led the league in interceptions last year. This year, we might have Parsons lead the league in sacks, right? So we got enough talent on the line to rush the passer, right? But we don't have no beef. There's no beef up there. We don't have no big guys. Parsons is not a big guy. He can slash through around those big linemen, but he's not a big guy. If you run at him with 320-pound linemen, he's not going to shade those blocks. He's just not. He's not big enough. We don't have any defensive tackle meat in there to seal those gaps. And that's where we get killed at, right up the middle. Just right up the middle. And so until we do that, we're going to always have fun. But our defense is good as advertised.
Who are you afraid of in the first round then?
I hope we don't have to play San Francisco. I really do not want to play San Francisco the first round.
Or even Seattle, right?
Well,
Seattle, yeah. See, now, okay. So Seattle, when they didn't have Walker, when Walker wasn't running the show, I wasn't worried about Seattle.
Okay.
But that dude Walker is serious. I mean, I liked him in college.
But
he's looking good in the pros now.
But you make a good point about San Francisco because San Francisco got multiple guys that can running backs, right? You could talk about Deebo Samuels. You could talk about McCaffrey, and there's another guy. He actually led the team in rushing the last game.
The third guy. Yeah.
Sermon, right? Sermon? No, not Sermon. It's Elijah
Moore. Mitchell. Mitchell.
Yeah, Mitchell.
It is
Elijah Mitchell. Yeah. Elijah.
But he's hurt. He's hurt though.
Doesn't matter. The way I see the San Francisco 49ers, I see them like the Denver Broncos from the Mike Shanahan days. They just throw anybody at running back and they kill them.
Yeah.
I mean, look, they just gave her Wilson, like Wilson Jr. Now he's in Miami ripping it up. You know, that's somebody they just threw away. They're like, okay, we don't really need that guy. We got these other guys.
Yeah. It reminds me of the I can't remember the guy's name. Something Gary. They had a bunch of dudes. Mike Anderson. Remember they had all these guys. They were just finding on the street. Hey, can you run the ball? Come on in. You rush for 200 yards. Yeah.
And when they want to, they put Deebo back there and he run the ball.
Yeah.
He had a rushing touchdown the other day.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all been nice to our guests long enough. Okay. Let's hit with some of the heart now. Pollard, great running, but as you can see, he can't. I don't think he can mother the load. That's number one. So there's a part two question. The first part is, can him and Zeke coexist? Because Zeke when he's in there, he's gonna say, "Let Zeke eat," and he's gonna get his carries. But he get 15 carries and he only get 15 yards. That's not a recipe for success. And y'all have not proven that y'all are a passing team, because when y'all fall from behind, you don't have the wide receivers to be that type of come from behind team. So go ahead and elaborate on that line right there.
Okay, so number one, Zeke does not average 1 yard a carry. 15 carries. He still averages 4 yards a carry. 4 yards a carry. Believe it or not, he does. He still averages over 4 yards a carry. It's just that number one, Cowboys refuse to commit to the run. That's why we won those games, even when we had Cooper Rush, because we committed to the run. They said they wasn't going to just let Cooper Rush throw the ball 40 times a game, right? We're going to commit to the run. And that's what we did, and we still won. And even when Dak is playing, you'll see that when Dallas has more than 30 carries, we're like 25-0 or 25-1. When we have more than 25 carries, we just will not stay with that recipe. But we're talking about those two individuals, right? So Zeke still has the ability to run for 4 yards to carry. He's still a great back. And let's talk about what a back is. It's not just running the ball. It's not just catching the ball. It's blitz assignments, right? And that's what Pollard has a glaring weakness at.
Right.
He whiffs so many times on blocking assignments. That's why the Cowboys are afraid to hand it over to him, because when he has to pass block, Dak might take a sack, an easy sack, because he's whiffing on the flag. On a pass block. But I will say this: Zeke just does not have the ability to break the big play no more. He just doesn't. We don't see those 50-yard runs no more. In his first 3 years, he had several of them. Several. He had 3 55-yard plus touchdowns his first year in the league. But that's just not Zeke no more. He can get you 4 yards in the cloud of dust. You need that 1 yard, 4th and 1, 3rd and 1. He's there. He can get it for you. Not quite sure about Pollard when it's 4th and 1, 3rd and 1.
So is Zeke gonna stay healthy enough to make it to the playoffs?
Well, he can. He's been healthy. He's been very healthy over the. He's a 7-year running back with the amount of carries he's had. He's only missed probably about a good 5 games in 7 years. That's pretty good for a running back. You can't tell me how many running backs that's rushed for that many carries in 6 or 7 years and only missed 5 games.
Yeah, he missed more games with his suspension.
Right, exactly. He missed more games. Exactly. Let me say that, due to injury.
Right.
So he's been a very durable back. Now, on the other hand, can Pollard hold that load? When it's time for him to run for 25 carries 3 games in a row, is he going to be as explosive? Is he going to have the energy to come in there and have these 60-yard plays? I don't know. I'm gonna tell you, I don't really think so, because he never in college he wasn't even a full-time running back. In college,
Okay.
They used to put him on the slot. So, but now if you ask him to be a full-time 20, 24 carry back in game, I'm not quite sure. I love what his role is right now. I would love to just keep it like that, but of course we can't, because we're not gonna pay Zeke for 12 carries a game. We can't pay him $14 million for 12 carries a game. So I'll say this: it's going to be Pollard. It has to be Pollard, because the production versus the dollar, it says it's Pollard 1,000%.
Well, so
but if he don't get better at that pass blocking,
when does Zeke's contract ends?
He has 2 more years left on his contract after this season.
Okay.
But this is the season. You know how they got built into them contracts where there's a certain part of the season where you can let them go and it doesn't cost you that much, even though they didn't finish.
Yeah.
Well, that's next year. This is that season.
But it's not about letting him go. Hear me out. You can make this work. Cap. You can make this work with both of them. You can restructure Zeke's contract, extend him out a little bit longer at a cheaper dollar amount per year. And you can pay the man Pollard, because I assume Pollard's still on his rookie deal, or he may have a small deal right now.
Pollard gonna want a lot of money.
He's still on his rookie deal.
Pollard gonna want a lot of money.
I can imagine he's gonna want some money at the end.
He gonna want some money. He gonna want Zeke money.
No, he can't have Zeke money. He doesn't have Zeke numbers. There's no way you can put that in front of the GM with his numbers, because his numbers ain't nothing like Zeke's.
Other teams are gonna be desperate to pay him.
But he's looking at the stage that he playing on.
Other teams are gonna be desperate to pay him.
They're going to be desperate to play a guy that's never rushed for 1,000 yards, never made it to the Pro Bowl. You're going to be paying him totally on potential.
For the potential, yeah.
That'll be. Yeah. I think the Cowboys will probably offer him a good deal, and restructure Zeke and make it work. I mean, it would make sense.
I don't think they'll restructure Zeke. I think they'll pay Pollard and let Zeke walk.
Well, the thing is, Zeke's going to take.
He's what?
Zeke is going to take a major pay cut. Zeke is going to take a major pay cut, though. We talking, he's making $15 million a year.
Yeah.
Okay. So
he's going to pay Dak. Yeah.
8 or 9. Well, no, Dak is already paid. Dak is paid.
Yeah, Dak is paid. I mean, is $15 million a lot now? You know,
for a running back.
As time goes on, as time goes on, the salary cap rises.
And then so TV
I think there's only 2 running backs making $15 million right now. That's Zeke and McCaffrey. That's it.
That's it. Yeah, and I can't see Pollard asking for $15 million.
No.
He might ask for like 7 or 8.
Yeah, and that's perfect.
Not at running back. When you paying a running back $15 million, you're gonna have 20, 21 million committed to 2 running backs.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Zeke
that's a lot.
They're going to ask him to take a pay cut.
He ain't gonna do it.
He'll probably take a pay cut through a restructure where they'll transition a lot of that salary into incentives or sign-in bonus money. They can do that. They can make stuff work.
But that's the thing. No, that's the thing though. When you do all that restructuring though, that cap hit still hits you. It just hits you at a different time.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna want to do that with Zeke and his production. I mean, he's barely getting 1,000 yards now. Barely.
Right.
Yeah, they can share that salary. They can share that salary and let him go.
Because
if he rips it up and takes a pay cut, then that's different.
Okay. So we talked about the future with Dak and with Zeke and everything, but we were talking about the playoffs as if y'all gonna make it. So I'm looking at I'm gonna pull that thread. I gotta pull that thread because as you know, I didn't engage in that conversation. I didn't engage in that conversation. I want all the listeners to know. Yeah, Don Juan, Mr. B. More Wiser did not engage in any Cowboy playoff talk. If you feel like, subscribe, but we won't make the playoffs. Like, subscribe, please make a comment. Please make a comments.
Hey, Don, you make a good point. There's a lot of competition in that division.
So hold on.
A lot of competition. No, I'm gonna let you go. Go ahead.
Your next game, because I'm pulling up your schedule. I hope you got it with me, so we can talk this along. Because I want you to walk with me on this one. You got the Cap. So you got Dallas. No, so you got the Giants. Who's playing pretty decent ball, and I'm gonna let you know.
Than the Giants.
That defense. Okay, sleep on that defense if you want, and let Barkley wake up at the wrong time, because you already said that defense. Guess what? You can't blitz a run, so you try. And as Green Bay can show you on any given day, you can catch that L when you start running that ball down your throat.
But against Danny Jones,
and Barkley's that guy. Barkley's that guy to run that ball down your throat.
Against Daniel Jones, they can put 8 in the box.
Okay,
every play.
But guess what? 8 and that's when the play action means something, because you put 8 in the box.
He's not good enough to be that type of quarterback.
They ain't got no. I'm looking at Dallas on the corners. They ain't got no lockdown corners.
And the Giants receivers ain't that good either.
So once again, it's a 50. So once again, it's a 50.
Good enough. It's 7-3.
So that's what I'm saying.
Is flying all over the floor, Marvin. Their defense is all over the field right now.
It's 50-50. It's 50.
So they're winning. They won 7 games because of their defense.
And Saquon Barkley. Okay,
so hold on. We talked about that. That's a good argument within itself. All right. Hey, anybody can act like they don't want to acknowledge that the coach are playing with a little bit of initiative because they playing for their coach. Maybe he walked up and said, "Hey, I got everybody in there. Hey, everybody, when you walk through the locker room, please grab a piece of pink slip. And I might be signing the bottom of it by the end of this game if you don't play hard." And he says that every game. Because he said, listen here, you play you might get fired today. Today might be your last game. And that's how he coaching. Today might be your last game.
So
and them guys, the coach are playing like every game is their last game.
So you telling me Jeff Saturday behind closed doors is a mean guy yelling and throwing stuff. The nice guy that's on TV is mean behind closed doors.
Hey, he played the line. He got to be nasty.
That team is playing for Jeff Saturday though, Marvin. That team is playing. They playing for that coach.
I don't think it's that they're playing for the coach. I think it's
he playing for their job.
He put Matt Ryan back in the game, and he's handing the ball off to Jonathan Taylor. It wasn't rocket science. It just keep it simple.
They almost beat the Eagles. I hate
so okay. The Texans, that's gonna be a pushover. Jaguars pushover, and then guess what? You jump in and fight the Eagles. That's not
the Cowboys. The Cowboys are better than the Giants, and they're better than the Commanders, so they'll be second in that division.
Hold on, and then they play the Titans. Hold on, they play the Titans and the Commanders before they close out their season. So they play the Eagles, the Titans, and the Commanders. You can go 0-3 before you.
The playbook is the playbook is out on the Eagles.
You say 0-3.
No, you can go 0-3.
Come on now. Hold on. First of all, we own the Redskins.
I'm going to fall back. Talk.
The Commanders.
Right. Get it right. The Commanders.
Talk to me. Hey, Scary Terry. Scary Terry. Put some respect on his name. Scary Terry.
The Commanders are on a win streak right now. They're on a win streak right now.
In a long time. He did not scary.
It's Halloween.
Hey, it's Halloween every day for Scary Terry.
So not only do we own them, we also own the Giants secretly. We own the Giants too. We done beat them 10 out of the last 11 games. Okay, quietly. You look at it. 10 out of the last 11 games. I mean, we own them. Absolutely own them.
Hey, Marv, I'm gonna play this back.
Play it back. And then for real, we own Philly too. We own that division.
Y'all not beating Philly.
Philly fans, stand up.
Y'all not beating Philly.
Philly fans, stand up.
Hold on. Dak got fat off of that division right now. He got paid off of the NFC. Okay, if you look at his record, but like 90% of his wins came against the NFC East. I mean, that's
so we're going to ignore the fact that they 9-1 right now. They 9-1. We're going to, huh? It's only one team. We saying who? It's only one team that's 9-1. It's only one team.
I'm not ignoring the fact that they're 9-1, right? But
hold on, and explosive on both sides of the ball. You got to finish the sentence. And explosive on both sides of the ball.
They're explosive sometimes on both sides of the ball.
So let's be honest here. Okay. Do we agree that the Cowboys are better than the Giants?
Yes.
Are they better than the Commanders?
Clearly.
Yes.
Clearly.
Are they better than the Bucks?
Yes.
Right now, yes.
Are they better than the Seahawks?
Yes.
Seahawks? Are they better? Hold on. Seahawks?
Yes.
Yes.
With Geno back there?
I love Geno, but I think they're better.
Wait, hold up. We're not gonna make Geno like he's a playoff quarterback. We're not gonna.
I don't think he's ever been there.
Though.
I don't think he's ever been there. So
he's never been to the playoffs.
So
y'all giving these Cowboys too much airplay and too much credit. I'm not being. Listen, I'm not.
So you're saying the Seahawks are better than the Cowboys?
I said it once. I said, "What's it echo in here?" You gotta get this audio. You gotta get this audio fit.
Why are the Seahawks better than the Cowboys?
They don't have a defense.
Huh?
No, they're deep. They're top 5 in defense. They're top 5 in defense. The Seahawks.
They're better than
the Seahawks.
But they're not a top 5 defense at all.
Look it up.
They're
top 5. Look it up. They're top 5 defense.
I'm looking at the top 5 teams. We got the 49ers, Eagles, Broncos, Patriots, Colts, Commanders, Bucks, Jets, Cowboys, Rams, Bengals, Saints, Bills. When do we get to them? Tell me what the top 5 from the bottom?
I meant top 15. So top
15.
When do we get to them?
Hey, once again, Phil is not allowed to work the register or yell out stats.
top 15.
I mean, the Seahawks at the bottom, they like, let me see, how many from the bottom? Not even
the Seahawks
top 5.
are 16.
Yeah, no, they even worse. They like in the 20s. Stop it.
So how does that make the Seahawks better than the Cowboys? If they're
All right.
Defense.
Well, y'all know how the show works. It's time to move on to the recap. All right, because we're not gonna get to an answer here. He's already said the Cowboys are gonna win 10 games and lose in the first round of the playoffs. I asked him for a prediction. He didn't give me a clear answer. That sounds like 10-7 to me.
I got 8-9. I got 9-8.
You got 9-8.
Wow.
What do you got, Phil?
I think 10-7. I think they'll go 10-7.
Y'all, we're gonna end up being around 12. We're gonna be 12.
The Cowboy Nation ain't gonna like this.
Whoa. Repeat that. What did you say? 12 and what?
12-5.
Wow.
12-5.
Hey, Mob, I'm putting this on my computer right now.
Hey,
12-5.
Hey, Mob, you make sure you put that in the power rankings.
Wow. That could win the division.
Yeah, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Can you clip this for that show like 3-4 weeks later? You know,
I just walked down your schedule with you, and the numbers
12
not
and
adding up.
12 and
really?
5.
Wait a minute. You try to say that we can't beat the Commanders and the Giants?
You'll beat the Giants. You won't beat the Commanders.
You won't be. Hey,
you won't beat the Commanders.
Once again, this Thursday we'll find out.
Yeah,
you won't beat the Giants. You won't beat the Giants.
That's 9 wins to me.
10 out of 7. So y'all didn't hear the 10 out of 7, the 10 out of 11 games against the Giants. So the 9 out of the last.
I got you winning that. I got you winning the Giants. I got you beating the Commanders. I got you losing to the Titans. I got you losing to the Eagles. They're beating the Commanders. They're beating the Commanders.
They're not beating the Commanders, and they're not beating the Eagles.
Well,
and they're not beating the Texans.
You know what, Phil?
They'll beat the Titans.
My fault. Not Titans. The Titans.
They'll beat the Titans. They'll beat the Titans.
Phil, at 57% win percentage, I'm not going with what you saying, buddy.
I'm number 2, sir. I'm number 2.
No, you're
so
number
Marv,
3.
you got him beating the Titans. You got him beating the Titans, Marv.
Let's do our recap. Let's do our recap, and let's make our picks. We'll get to the Cowboys playing these other teams when we get to them
in the following weeks. Okay,
in the following weeks. We're not going to answer those questions today. So Dale knows how the show works. He's a avid listener of the show, so he knows we go to our recap. So we're gonna do our recap. We're gonna see how we did. So
driver's seat again this week for the third week in a row.
So right now, Phil and I we were tied 8-6. Yep. Don was 7-7. You're still not in the driver's seat, Phil. Okay, right now, Don and I. I'm actually leading. If you really get down to the numbers.
For once.
I'm leading at 59%. Don is at 59%, but if you really look, you dive deeper into the numbers, it's about 0.2. So I'm up.
And Marv would count that 0.2.
Yes, I will.
And what's philosophical at? You skipped and glanced over that.
57%. So you're rising. You're getting better because
there you go.
You was just above 50%.
I'm just like the Cowboys gonna win 12 games, so don't worry.
You're definitely right about that. Just like the Cowboys in the driver's seat.
in London.
Yep.
I don't know what that means, but yes.
I don't know what that means.
All right. Let's do our recap. All right. We had the Thursday night game. We had the Packers at home against the Titans. Don and I went with the Packers. The Titans won the game. Phil got that win there. The next game was the Falcons at home against the Bears. We all went with the Bears, and the Falcons won the game. I know I was expecting Falcons type stuff, man. A fumble at the 1-yard line, a fumbling in the game, or something crazy Falcon type stuff. But they didn't do it this time.
Justin Fields got hurt, so he won't be playing this week.
Yeah.
Well, I heard it wasn't that bad.
Shoulder,
really?
left shoulder.
Yeah, they should probably sit him for the rest of the season. They're not going anywhere.
Well, they said it wasn't dislocated. It wasn't dislocated, which they had feared. So I'm gonna have to read a little bit more about that injury, but hopefully he gets back.
I wouldn't play him. Sit him out the rest of the season.
Why?
3-8.
Wow, where are they going?
3-8.
It's part of his development.
He's already
developed. 3-8.
Yeah, he's already proved it.
3-8.
I mean, if the injury is not that bad, I will continue playing him.
Keep 3-8.
Not trying to make the playoffs. I'm talking about developing a young quarterback.
Save him for the future.
All right, moving on. All right, so Buffalo was at home against the Browns. the Bills won the game. Don and I picked the Bills, and for some reason, Phil picked the Browns.
Well, the Browns act like they wanted to win for a little while.
Okay. All right. They act like they wanted to win, but they didn't. Once again, they didn't. All right. Moving on to the next one, we had the Colts at home, the Jeff Saturday Colts at home against the Eagles. We all went with the Eagles. The Eagles won the game by one.
But tough.
I was scared.
Tough game.
I was scared. I was
Tough
scared. I was like, are they about to beat the Eagles? I was scared for a while.
Tough
Stop
game.
it.
Hey, tough game. Shutout defense. Great defensive scheme.
Mhm.
Great defensive scheme.
Don't care. Look, to me, tough games like this build character for teams like the Eagles. Because one of the things you don't want to go into the playoffs is just dominating everybody and never facing adversity. Because you don't know how your team is going to respond. So this was a good game on the road against an upstart Colts team, and you pulled out the win. So that showed me a lot from the Eagles. Like, okay, when you fall behind, you got the resources in place, you got the girth in place to get that win at the end of the game. So I was impressed with the Eagles, even though they won by 1 point.
It showed me some kink in the army. I'm the other side. I'm the other side of the coin. It showed me some kink in your armor.
But
Well,
I mean, that's expected. I mean, they got enough film on them to see.
Yeah. Well, my thing is that this is important. Like, hey, sorry to bring up your Ravens, but you can't close out games.
We closing them out now with a rented bracket.
That's what it's about. You got to close out games.
We close them out against the Saints. How about that?
You sure did. You sure did. You sure did.
Next, when you briefing, what you say? Next slide.
Next slide. You sure did. But you know what? We weren't expected to win. So look, you bragging about beating down on a bad team. So,
they were who we thought they were.
They definitely were. All right, moving on. Next slide. All right. So we had the Patriots at home against the Jets. Yes, I did pick the Patriots to win this game. I told y'all the week before, I said, man, Belichick against young quarterbacks. He is killing them.
No,
he
Zach
kills
Wilson,
them every time.
Zach Wilson's development is not looking good.
No, it's just that he played the Patriots, and Belichick knows how to confuse young quarterbacks. He does it every time.
Is that the play when they kicked it to him in the last play of the game?
Yeah.
That was not Belichick. That was bad coaching on the Jets. That's when you call that, say, who called that play? Hey, have him come up to see me.
Help me understand.
3 points.
Exactly. Help me, Don. I see 3 points listed for the Jets in 4 quarters.
You do know Zach Wilson went 9 for 27 for 107 yards passing, right?
That's terrible. Yes,
that's terrible.
Hey,
so
once again, they was in the game, and poor coaching took them out of the game.
Okay, yeah.
Tell whoever called that last kickoff play, tell him come up and see me.
I tell you what, if you only score 3 points, you deserve to lose. Period.
Very true.
Well, I feel like
next slide.
A shot on the Vikings too. I feel like it's a shot on the Vikings.
Low key, it was.
Okay, all right.
Next slide. All right, we got the Saints at home. Let's go. We got the Saints at home against the Rams, the depleted, terrible Rams. Well, hey, man, look, I'm all about beating the teams you're supposed to beat. To me, if you beat the teams you're supposed to beat, you'll be in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Don't lose to the Panthers. You'll be in the playoffs. So yes, beat the Rams. I don't care if Stafford was there or not. I don't care if Cooper Kupp was there. You're supposed to beat them. Beat them. So that's what we did. And Phil and I picked the Saints, and Don went with the Rams for whatever reason. I'm not quite sure. And we got the win. Yes. Next slide. All right. We got the Giants at home against the Lions. We got embarrassed here. We all went with the Giants, and the Lions won this game.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what happened. I didn't see that
Giants
game.
supposed to be the Cowboys. Yeah.
What was that?
I said the Giants are supposed to be the Cowboys.
Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy.
Right.
Oh, hey, we gonna play her back. And the Giants put me fake Cowboys. You gonna hear that on the next podcast.
So this Giants team is supposed to beat the Cowboys on Thursday. So yeah, we're gonna see about that. They can't beat the Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gonna remix this one.
All right. Moving on. We had the Ravens at home against the mighty Carolina Panthers.
Yep.
The Ravens won this one 13-3. We all went with the Ravens. I think that was easy, even though the Panthers kept it close.
They did keep it close. They really did.
But they didn't win. You know I am about keeping it close and almost. We didn't win.
Horseshoes and hand grenades. That's the only time it counts.
That's the only time that counts. So yeah, whatever. They lost. All right, moving on. And this was really not my pick. I let a cousin of mine make this pick, but hey, I take responsibility. I should have known. This is like really the Texans over the Commanders. Really, I said, trust me. So Preston, I blame you. So Texans were at home against the Commanders. I picked the Texans, and Don and Phil picked the Commanders. And the Commanders won this game. Scary Terry and Taylor Heineke did their thing, like I knew they would. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. Broncos at home against the Raiders. We all went with the Broncos. We all thought the Raiders had pretty much given up on the season. Thought they had their tickets prepared for Cancun and stuff like that, but they showed up for some reason.
I think we talked about the wrong team and their coach giving up on. I think the Broncos have given up on their coach.
What you saw they waived Melvin Gordon.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
they did.
They did. Oh,
I missed that. They waived Melvin
Gordon.
I didn't hear about that.
Yes.
Wow. Is he having problems in the locker room? Why did he waive him?
Well, he has a fumbling problem, and I think he fumbled this game, and so they had enough of him. So they waived him. And surprisingly, the Rams waived
Henderson. Yeah, but they say he's been having issues with the coach. So
wait a minute. When did they waive Henderson? I missed that one.
Today.
It happened today. Yeah.
Wow. I missed that news today. I'm in Georgia, so I'm kind of off the grid a little bit. But wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we need a running back in New Orleans, so I wouldn't mind bringing one of them in.
No one's signing there.
Man, see, there you go. Nobody should sign in Minnesota after that 40-3 loss. Hey, speaking of the 40-3 loss, we have the mighty Minnesota Vikings at home against the Cowboys. So Phil and Don, don't hide your face, Don. Phil and Don picked the mighty Vikings, and the Cowboys went on the road in Minnesota, and put their foot so deep in the Minnesota Vikings. You know what? Yeah, it was ugly.
I'll let you know this. It would never happen in Baltimore. I'd have probably suited up and went on my field myself.
Where'd you have to get mine?
on my mama, I'd have went on the field and suited up, and the game would have been so bad, security wouldn't have stopped me.
Oh man. Next slide.
All right. So we had the Steelers at home against the Bengals. Now this was my bold pick. I went with the Steelers. Don and Phil went with the Bengals. The Bengals won the game.
My top 5 team.
Stop. His top 5 team with 4 losses. Oh boy. All right. Next slide. We had the Chargers.
49ers in your top 5. They got 4 losses.
49ers are not in my top 5.
Okay.
They ain't mine.
Yep, exactly. Uh-huh.
But they got weapons, and Chase went down. But continue.
Here we go.
Chase went down, but continue. Don't worry about the
rate. They had best player for several games too.
Yeah.
No, please.
All right, moving on. Chargers at home against the Chiefs. We all went with the Chiefs. Come on. Patrick
This was
Mahomes.
a great game. Great
It was
game.
a great game, but you got Pat Mahomes. He's gonna
Yeah.
find a way to win these games. Come on.
Yep.
The league's MVP.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
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 I think
50
Tyreek
touchdowns
might
for
get
them.
it. Tyreek
Tyreek
might
is
get it.
not getting MVP,
quarterback league.
man.
I'll tell you this: if Tyreek gets 2,000 yards receiving, which he's on pace for, he will be the MVP of the league. Mark my words on that.
Dell, have you seen a 2,000-yard receiver before?
Have I seen what?
A
Randy
2,000-yard receiver?
Randy Moss put up them
No,
yards.
You seen
hold on.
Megatron do it?
I saw Megatron do 1980 somewhere around there, right?
No, it was 2,000.
1980.
Wasn't it
Oh,
2,000?
he had 2,000. No, he didn't
Well,
quite make it.
Yeah.
Close.
What's the
He
last
was
receiver that
close.
hit 2,000 yards? We have to look that up.
I don't think anybody
There's
has.
never been There's never been a 2,000-yard receiver in the league.
That's right. That's right. Megatron came close, but he wasn't even in MVP voting.
Yeah.
He wasn't even considered. And then we saw Adrian Peterson rush for 2,000 yards. He didn't get MVP. It's a quarterback award. We can call it what it is. It's a quarterback award. Patrick Mahomes will win it.
Wait a minute.
Calvin Johnson had 1964. Yeah, Calvin Johnson
Are-
had 1964. He's the closest to do it.
Calvin
are we
Johnson
sure
in
that the
1964.
He
No,
had
yeah, that's how many yards.
1,964
I
yards.
thought you said he.
No. 1,964
Oh,
yards.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now, Mark, we might have to look this up. Are we sure that Adrian Peterson didn't get MVP that year? He ran for 2,000
No, he didn't
yards
get it.
after coming off a reconstructive knee.
No,
You
he didn't
sure?
get it. He didn't get it.
Who got it there?
Well, let's look.
It probably Peyton Manning,
Peyton Manning.
or Tom Brady. Come on, man. It's a quarterback award. It's the MVP
I mean, we
stands
see
for
other
who's the
people
best
get it.
quarterback of that season. Quarterback
Pretty
award.
much.
Yeah.
We've seen it happen from time to time.
From time to time, we see more other players getting it in the Heisman Trophy. Not so much quarterback, but that's kind of a quarterback award too.
Because that year he was like 3 or 2 yards from the most yards all time.
Yes, I know.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
And how do you not win MVP? Easy.
Actually, he did win MVP.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Adrian Peterson won MVP?
I'm about to say, I
2012.
thought he won MVP. Yes.
I didn't think he won it.
Don't, hey, Marv, don't delete this.
Yeah. I'll remove this in the post editing.
Yeah, man. He killed it that year. I'm about to say, if he didn't win MVP,
I thought he won only Offensive Player of the Year. I didn't think he won MVP.
AP NFL Most Valuable Player 2012, Adrian Peterson.
he ripped
Okay.
it up
All right. Next slide.
49ers.
He beat out Peyton Manning, actually.
A quarterback. All right. Cardinals at home against the 49ers. We all went with the 49ers. The 49ers blew out the Cardinals 38.
Easy
What's going
game.
on with-
Yeah, that
what's
was
going
easy.
on with the Cardinals? What is going on with the Cardinals? Good
They're falling
Well,
apart.
they didn't have a star quarterback that game either.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
The
that's
star
right,
quarterback
that's
wasn't
right,
there.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Mighty Mouse was hurt.
That's right.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to our predictions.
Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. This is where we make our money.
Mhm.
All right. The money we don't make.
Do I get a pick?
Yeah, you can get a
Oh yeah,
cut.
definitely. We gonna talk. We gotta talk about your pick.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we got let me set the scene. We got the Lions at home against the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are 9-point road favorites. I mean, this is easy. I'm not even going to try to, make this all as fancy. I'm going with the Bills. What you got, Phil?
This is my bold pick right
Oh,
here.
Jesus. Okay.
I'm picking the Lions.
Okay.
I'm picking the Lions on this one.
Okay. All right. Don, who you got?
Bills.
Bills. Dale, who you
I
got?
was gonna say clean sweep. But it gotta be clean sweep Bills, but the Bills.
The Bills. Yeah, this is easy. You just got to get used to Phil. This is the type of things he does.
Okay.
Get used to
Get
it.
used to it. It's yeah. Yeah.
And
Are you gonna write something about it? Like you gonna put a little comment about the pick?
nah,
Yeah,
hey Marv, this is bold pick. I'll give it to him. Bold pick.
Yeah, it's a damn bull pick. We're gonna write clown next to this.
Oh, that's an auto bowl. That's an auto bowl pick.
So when they win next week, I'm gonna have a rant on you two next week.
Well, good.
Next week's show that you guys are the Lions are playing well. I'm telling you, they're playing for that coach.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Double clown.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
All right. All right. Let's get to the next one. This is the one we
Let's
want
get
to
to the next one.
Yeah, we're gonna start with Dell on this one. We got the Dallas Cowboys at home against the New York Giants, the New York Football Giants. This is our Thursday game, right? Yeah, the 4:30 Thursday game. So, all right, Dell. Well, I think we know who you got, but tell us why.
Cowboys on Thanksgiving because we own them. 10 out of the last 11, somewhere crazy like that. But we own the Giants. They can't beat us with their backup quarterback. They ain't beat us with the starting quarterback. They just can't beat us. And Danny Jones is due for one of them horrible Danny Jones games too. So
simple as
I think
that.
we're gonna beat them pretty convincingly too.
Okay. Yeah. Well, do you know this sounds like a bold pick from Phil? Go ahead, Phil.
I'm picking the Giants.
See, I told you. I did. He just doing it to mess with us. All right, Don, who you got, man?
I'm going Giants.
You going Giants?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
haterade is real.
Yeah. You know, it's funny you say haterade because I know there's a lot of Cowboys fans that's been calling him a hater.
Yeah.
So you know you're one of many Cowboy fans that have called him a hater.
Who you got? Marv?
Let's hear this, Marv.
I got the Cowboys. I got the Cowboys. What it is?
Okay.
I mean,
you want to stand on this. You want to stand on this next week?
Hey man, I told you, man. The Giants are good.
Marvin don't like being called a hater. That's all that is.
Yeah. Peer pressure.
They are 9-point home favorites against a team that lost to the Lions last week. Are you serious?
Oh, hey, and once again, the team that got stomped out by Green Bay came back and beat the Vikings. Next slide.
Stomped out. Wait a minute. Stomped out.
Hey, listen, Echo in here. We gotta get this audio fixed next week, man. We get this audio fixed next week. Audio fixed.
I just think this is too easy. I don't understand why this is so complicated. Cowboys are gonna win this one. It's not because I like the Cowboys. It's just common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Even Vegas got about 9 points.
Yep, and that's why Vegas gives away money. Hey, Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Okay. When you go along with Phil, who's 57% correct,
I'm 2 points behind you.
I ain't going along with Phil.
I'm 2 points behind you, sir.
Yeah, you 2 points behind me.
I'm 2.3 points behind you, sir. As you say.
Yeah, that's true. You there? You there?
I don't know what
you come a long way. You come a long way.
No. I've always been in the driver's seat.
Oh boy. Next slide. All right. So we got the Minnesota Vikings at home against the New England Patriots. The Vikings are 3-point home favorites, just 3 points. Ooh. I think they saw something in Minnesota last week that said that they're not that good at home. So Phil, I'll let you go.
Start with Phil.
Vikings.
Well, we know you're going with the Vikings. Why?
I just feel like we're gonna have a rebound week. This is a rebound week. I don't think the Patriots are that good. I mean, our defense can't give up that much to the Patriots. I mean, Belichick's a great coach, but come on.
All right, Don, go ahead, man. You're rubbing your head.
Cause man, Kirk hurt me, man. Kirk hurt me. Kirk owes me because he woke up Cowboy Nation, a team that's been dissipated for a long time, and it's gonna take around about 4 weeks of losing to catch them back to reality. So Kirk, you owe me this one. I'm gonna send this podcast to him. I'm going with Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, and it's funny you mentioned woke up Cowboys Nation because I had to see Michael Irvin on First Take going on. It's like, come on, man,
Hey, pretty soon, Donnell is going to be a guest on the show. Marvin know who I'm talking about.
I know. We're gonna have to get him on the show. All right. Well, we already got one Cowboy fan on the show. That's enough. We ain't going no more. We only one Cowboy fan a year. All right, Don.
Yes.
I mean, Dale, who you got, man?
I'm going with
Vikings are 3-point home favorites.
You know what? Let's go with the Vikings. They're at home. They got embarrassed. I'm gonna go back with the Vikings. They're at home. They got embarrassed.
Yeah, it is funny you say that because normally when a team gets embarrassed at home and they play the next game at home, or if they get embarrassed on the road, they come back. You know, they work out the things. They're motivated. They're inspired to do better. But normally I would go with that team, but they're playing the Patriots. They're playing Belichick. Things don't quite work the same when you play him. And so I'm making a bold pick here. I guess this is a bold pick. The Vikings are 3-point home favorites. So
that's 3. No, it's not a bold pick.
That's bold. No, Phil got away with it last week. So we're going.
I got away with it last week.
Yeah,
you didn't get away with no 3-point bold pick.
Yeah, I didn't.
No, I didn't give him that. No.
That's a bold pick.
Hey, Mom, but we will duly note that you made this pick.
Yeah.
I'm going with
the
I need Don to write down these picks.
Oh, I got this right here.
Yeah, there you go, Don. Because I know how Marvin roll.
I'm going Patriots. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't care.
That's not a bold pick.
Okay, fine. Not a bold pick, but it's my pick. Going Patriots. All right. Now going on to the Sunday games.
Well, you didn't tell us why.
I just did. I said
Belichick?
normally I will go with the Vikings, a team that was just embarrassed the week before.
Okay.
And then playing at home, they normally would play better. But I think this might be a little bit of a slide for the Vikings. Not saying that they're a bad team, but I think this is going to be a little bit of a wake-up call for them because they're going to lose 2 in a row. I think
our defense is not good. Our defense is not a playoff defense. So
I don't think so either. And I think that's where the Patriots are going to be helped because their offense is the problem for the Patriots. Their defense.
I think we're going to lose in the first round of the playoffs. That's just my opinion. I already know what's coming.
But you don't think they're going to lose this game?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Next slide. We got the Browns. We got the Cleveland Browns at home against confident Tom and the Buccaneers. The Bucks are 3-point road favorites.
Doesn't Deshaun Watson come back this week?
No, I don't think so.
No, not this week.
He doesn't? Okay.
No, he was suspended 11 games. And I think this is week 12, right?
Okay.
He's been practicing. He's practicing.
Okay.
But I don't think he can play yet. So he should be available to play next week.
Next week
is against the Texans, correct?
I believe so.
Yep.
I believe so.
Yeah.
He's been practicing this week, but haven't been able to play. He's not going to be able to play.
Yeah, he's not able to play, but he was suspended 11 games. And we're now in week 12, so this should be the 11th game for the Browns, unless they didn't have their bye yet, but I think they did. So he should be available next week. So okay, all right, let's start with Phil. Who you got, man?
Darn, I lost my train of thought. Not the Browns. I'm not going with the Browns. No.
You can't go with the Browns? All right.
No. I said I'm not going with the Browns. I had lost my page. I'm sorry. That's on me.
If you're not going with the Browns, you got to be going with the Bucks then.
Bucks. I'm sorry. Yeah. Bucks.
Okay.
I don't know why I was thinking about the Broncos. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going with the Bucks on this one. Ever since I've been picking Tom Brady, he's been on a win streak. So Tom Brady needs to thank me for that. I hope he's listening.
No doubt. I like that. All right, what you got, Don?
That's a tough one, man, because ever since Tom, then came clean with that with that paperwork, man,
He been playing better after he
he's
got
playing
kicked.
better.
Yeah, I
He
know.
had to release. Yeah, he released.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Tom gonna pull this one out, man. And the thing about it is, I think right now, I think what's the name? He's kind of upset that old boy's coming back, so he's gonna have to get the keys to the car over. So
Not
he's
gonna play
not
well.
yeah, he's not enthusiastic about that. No.
Yeah, and I hear you about Tom. I mean, getting that off his chest. I understand his wife was complaining. He was never home. I guess to cook dinner and take the kids to school, even though they're billionaires. I mean, I can't. I don't understand that. I don't think that. I think they have a chef and
Yeah,
probably a driver, but okay,
they live different. They live different.
they live different. Okay, but anyway, yeah, I'm going with the Buccaneers. I think Tom, feeling good about himself, confident time. I said, remember I call him confident time because I think he's feeling better now. So I got him beating the Browns here.
Yeah.
All right, Dale, who you got, man?
Yeah, let's go with them Bucks. I think Brissett is starting to show himself.
Well,
Why he's that journeyman going
yep,
to take the team.
he had his chance.
So he had a chance. He
Yeah,
definitely did.
yep. 3-7. That's not a good showing. Yep. All right, let's move on to the next one. We got the Tennessee Titans at home against the Bengals. Surprisingly, the Bengals are 1.5 point road favorites against the Titans. Huh. I'm gonna go first. I'm going Titans. I like the Bengals, but I think now that Tannehill is back, he stabilized the offense. They got a pass and attack along with that running attack, and they're gonna beat the Bengals at home. All right, Dale, I'll go to you next. Who you got?
I'm rolling with you on this. I think the Titans. This is when the Titans start winning. Henry starts running wild at the end of the season. When it gets cold and they start depending on him, this is where he usually goes crazy. He starts
That's
racking
true.
up 200-yard games, and Tannehill's back. He's playing better than that. So yeah, and also I think the Bengals defense is overrated. I really
Mm.
do. I think their defense is way overrated, and yeah, I think
Yeah,
I think Henry's gonna go wild on.
yeah. You know what? This is around the time of the year where we see Henry stiff arming people to the ground. Making Heisman Trophy poses. All right, Don, who you got?
This is a tough one, Mike, yeah, because I really don't like the Bengals. I hate them with a passion. I don't know. I'm gonna go feelings over facts. If I was talking facts, I would probably think that the Bengals is the better team, but my feelings say that I need the Titans to win.
You going Titans?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Feelings over facts. Who you got, Phil?
well, I'm going with feelings. Bengals.
Yeah. Yep. I knew that. Yep.
What
Yep.
stuff?
No,
What stuff?
that's a good one. All right. All right. So we're going to the next one. I'm not going to make this mistake again. All right. So we got the Dolphins at home against the Texans. Look, I'm not falling for this foolishness again. I'm going Dolphins. Dolphins are 12.5 point home favorites. This is easy. Dolphins. Phil,
Dolphins.
thank you. Don.
Dolphins.
All right. Dale.
Clean sweep Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Easy.
All right. Yeah, we don't have to spend too much time on this one. You don't need to tell me why. I already know. Dolphins. All right. All right. All right. Here we go. We got the Jets at home, 4.5 point home favorites over the Chicago Bears. Yeah, Jets for me. Especially if Justin Fields is not playing, Jets. And especially after being embarrassed by the Patriots last week. This is what I talk about, being embarrassed the prior week, coming back, your coach is fired up, your team is fired up. We got to get this win. They look with this team. You're watching film, they clowning each other like, look what he did you on that punt return. So you got to come back and you got to play better in front of your family. So Jets winning this game. Who you got, Phil?
Jets.
Don.
This is a tough one.
Bruh? Huh?
Because the
He
Jets
always
quarter
does this.
because the Jets quarterback crumbles under pressure. I mean, like he melts like butter on a hot pan.
Do you
Are
know
you
who
gonna-
the Bears quarterback will be?
Trevor Simeon. You about to put your faith in.
You know what?
And
Don't
that's-
tell him anything.
And you know what the funny part about it is, but both quarterbacks are miserable.
Yeah,
It's like watching the JV game.
that's right. So you going Bears, right?
Oh, man.
No, I'm going Jets.
We almost had him, Phil.
Oh,
Damn it.
Man. Oh, man.
You sure you don't want to switch the Bears? I heard Justin Fields may be on the sideline or something.
If he comes back, I'm switching my pick.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
This is being recorded. Yeah,
This is recorded. Eat this, player.
Yeah. Who you got, Dale?
I got the Jets going squeaking one at home. Just squeaking.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Next, we got the Commanders and Scary Terry at home against those Falcons, those dirty birds. Commanders are 4.5-point home favorites. I got the Commanders winning this game. They should be able to beat the Falcons at home. Phil? Really, Phil?
No, this is tough.
This is
a
tough?
one. This is tough one because I don't know which Commanders is going to show up. I'll go with the Commanders here. I go with the Commanders.
Okay. Well, you don't have to. You can go with the Falcons.
Nah, until they put Deshaun Ritter in there, I'm gonna.
Don.
Oh, Commanders. It's just no brainer.
Yeah.
You know, Scary Terry. I'm a Scary Terry fan. He getting warmed up for the Cowboys.
Ooh.
Oh.
Facts.
Ooh.
Oh.
He ain't been scary against us in quite some time.
So you going Falcons?
I'm going Falcons.
What?
Throwing the lone wolf. Woo!
Hey, that's a bold pick. That's a bold pick.
Wow,
We're going to give
Is,
him
that,
that.
is it really that bold? I mean,
Oh, he want to be disrespectful. Oh, hey, Mom. Oh, hey, he got
Come
air.
on, man.
You get free airplay. There you go. You just earned that. You just earned some free airplay. No
I'm
doubt.
going with the
Wow.
Falcons.
Okay.
So look,
Okay.
Let me highlight this. Let me highlight this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're low scoring.
I'm about to put in
Come on,
parentheses sassy because he got real sassy with his response. Okay.
Hey, I didn't highlight this one. You
Yeah.
get free airplay.
Low scoring game. Put this
Like and
low
subscribe.
scoring game. Low scoring game. 17-14.
17. And he's going to predict the score.
And he
And
put
a predict score.
17.
14.
17-14. Yes,
All right.
Put some respect on his name.
Put some respect on it.
I mean, wow.
Hey, Commander fans, stand up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Falcons
Wow.
fans, please like.
Amazing. He wouldn't predict the Cowboys record at the end, but he can predict the score in
The
this game.
score for the Commanders and the
Hold on. Replay the tape. I said 12 and 5, and y'all know I did.
the
I
team,
said 12 and
Marvin.
5.
I mean,
Down to the field goal.
right down
Rewind the tape.
All right.
17-14.
I'll pull up the tape. All right. All right. Yeah, he did say 12 and 5 after some wrangling. But yeah, he finally made a prediction on it. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one. All right. I mean, do we really have to pick a team here? I mean, we got the Panthers at home against the Broncos. I hear
Almost threw up a little bit.
well, I hear who's the quarterback that the Panthers got from the Jets?
Oh, Baker Mayfield's coming back.
No, not Baker.
Are you talking about
Sam Donor. Donor.
Oh, Sam Darnold, he's playing?
He is. What I read is he's starting.
Oh, I thought Baker Mayfield was starting.
He was terrible last game, so I think they're going back to Sam now.
He was who we thought we were. He was who we thought we were.
Yeah.
I mean, he played against that top-notch Ravens defense. That's not fair to judge him like that.
Oh, man. He been playing him like 4 years. What?
Wow.
He been-
The top-notch Ravens defense.
Top notch. Oh, boy.
All right, boy.
That-
All right,
that-
moving on.
Hey, we gotta get rid of Zeko next week. We gotta do a combo check.
I don't know, man. It sounds like you in some cave or something like that. Create these echoes.
In a Twilight Zone or something.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. You under a rock somewhere talking about this Ravens top-notch defense. All right.
Once
Anyway,
again, echoes.
I'm going with the best quarterback here. And that's Russ. I guess he got to be better than Sam Darnold. So I'm going with the Broncos.
Maybe Boyle. He
Mm.
may boil.
He's cooking sushi right now. That's what he's cooking. He's cooking sushi.
He cooking sushi. All right, Phil, who you got, man? You going with the Panthers?
Broncos.
Oh, that's right. You're a Broncos fan.
No.
Don. Sam Darnold. He's fresh legs.
I do not like Russ because Russ, man. Let me see you 1, 2 step. He looks terrible in that pocket, man.
He about to choose the Panthers.
Hey, man, the only person he see open is the ref.
That's Sierra's husband, right? Leave him alone.
He must be talking about Russell Westbrook. What you
Who you got, Don?
Man, let me go with the Broncos, man. I'm gonna regret this, but man,
Watch the Panthers beat them.
I know. That's the part that's like making me mad that I'm going against myself because I don't believe in this guy.
Well,
Oh, man.
If Sierra was quarterback, and maybe
I don't believe in him either. But I mean, the Panthers have switched between 3 different quarterbacks. They are a mess.
I think they're tanking too. They're probably in tank mode.
They're a mess. Who you got, Dale?
Yeah, it's the mess versus the mess. I'm just gonna go with the home mess, man. I gotta go with the Carolina Panthers.
I'm going with the Panthers.
Wow.
It's a mess. If you're talking about two messes, go with the home mess. At least they got to travel with their mess. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's a unique way of looking at it.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. I'm still going with the Broncos. Next slide. All right. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars at home against the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are 4-point road favorites.
They're 14 points favorites.
We're going to go with you first. Who you got? We know who you got. Why you got the Ravens?
I mean, because it's a bye week.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy. Phil, who you got, man?
This is my bold pick right here.
Whoa.
This is my bold pick right here. I'm picking the Jaguars.
Whoa. Is this really a bold pick? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Ravens
That's a bold pick.
I don't know.
That is definitely a bold pick.
That's a bold pick. Hey,
4-point road favorites?
Yeah.
The Jaguars are supposed to win.
You
Jaguars
disloyal.
got what, 3? What, they got 3 wins? How
3
many
wins.
Jaguars got?
Yeah. All right, Phil.
Picking the Jaguars.
All right. Who you got, Dale?
Baltimore.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is easy. Yeah. Like I said, just you got to get used to Phil doing stuff like this. This what he does.
Yes.
All right. That's a bold pick, Phil. I think it is, but I'm not giving you a bold pick for it because I mean it's just 4 points.
I ain't gonna give you a bold pick, but I'm gonna give you some heat next week for it. You asked for it.
All right. We got the mighty Arizona Cardinals at home against the Los Angeles Chargers, the Superchargers. The Chargers are 3.5-point road favorites.
This is easy.
Do we know if Kyler Murray's coming back for this game?
It doesn't matter.
Who cares? It doesn't matter.
All right, I'm going with the Chargers. I'm not going to keep it a secret. I'm going to Chargers. Who you got, Phil? Don.
Chargers.
Dale.
Clean sweep, Chargers.
Clean sweep. All right. Well, I mean, we're kind of all picking along with each other. We're not going to create any separation like this.
No, I already created separation in the beginning, so I'm good.
Oh wow.
Wow. In second place, you've created separation.
Yeah, that's
Impressive.
that's what the
Please tune
Ravens
in.
are.
Please tune in next week.
That's what the Ravens are going for. Second place, huh?
Yes.
That's the man who got blown out by 37 points. Next slide. Next slide.
Next slide. Okay. All right, here we go. Here we go with the guy we like. All right, we got the Seattle Seahawks with Geno Smith at home against the Raiders. Of course, the Seahawks are 3.5-point favorites, which I think is kind of low. This is easy for me. I'm going to Seahawks. Phil.
Seahawks.
Don.
Seahawks.
Clean sweep, Dell.
Nope, lone wolf in there. Oh, stay on the West Coast. Stay on the West Coast. They ain't got to travel far. They got to run a game just like Seattle do, but they got Devontae Adams. That's the change, the game changer right there, Devontae Adams.
They always had Devontae Adams all season. He only got 3 wins. you had like it was a part of a trade.
Well, they came back and beat the Broncos in Broncos. You know what I'm saying? They come back and beat them. Seattle's not that good. That's all I'm saying.
Jake Rogers.
Okay. I mean, they in Phil's top 5. That don't mean anything.
Everybody feels top 5.
They are winning the division.
Was that top 5 in the NFC West?
They can beat the Cowboys the first round of playoffs. That's what y'all said.
Why we keep talking like the Cowboys gonna make the playoffs? We keep having this conversation.
You say they're gonna go?
Boy, die, boy.
They going 12-5 and not make the playoffs?
12-5, 9-8.
Don, put the shovel down, boy. The Cowboy fans, boy, they coming after you, son.
You gonna get 600 emails.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna post this joint tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, real disrespectful, Don. All right, let's move on. All right, we got the Chiefs at home against the Rams. The Chiefs are 14.5-point favorites. Yeah, real easy. I got the Chiefs. Don.
Chiefs.
Dell.
Keep it, Chiefs.
All right. Yeah, we're not going to spend a lot of time on that one. All right, moving on. We got the 49ers at home against my Saints. The 49ers are
easy.
8-point home favorites. Yeah, I'm going to go last on this one. Let's start with Dell. Who you got, Dell?
Gotta go into San Francisco 49ers on that.
Oh, man.
All right.
Pretty easy.
49ers. No need to talk more about this.
No need to talk more about this. Who you got? Who you got, Don?
What you asking me for? Like y'all win organization. 49ers. I want to hear who you got.
You know what?
He got the refs.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going feelings over facts. I'm going feelings over facts. I'm going with my Saints.
Bold pick.
Bold pick. I'm gonna write clown next to this one too, because this is a clown pick. It's a clown pick. I mean,
if the Saints beat the 49ers, he gonna have a lot of heat for us next week, Don.
I will. I sure will.
Man,
I sure will.
I got the right listener that, man.
Yeah.
If Andy Dalton and Taysom Hill beat the 49ers,
oh man, you talking about Saint Nation? Oh man, they're gonna roast me. Oh man,
roast you.
I hope they put in Jameis Winston.
Oh my God, no! We definitely gonna lose if he's the quarterback.
Hey, he goes out there like Charles Xavier in that wheelchair.
We definitely lose it if he's quarterback.
What's the spread on that?
9.
Oh, okay. 8. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't see this. Like I said, feelings over facts, but I'm gonna go with my Saints because this is gonna create separation for me.
Okay.
All right. Moving on. We got the Eagles at home against the Packers. The Eagles are 7-point home favorites. Easy for me. You know I like the Eagles. I'm going to Eagles. Phil.
Eagles.
Don.
Eagles.
Dell.
That's the Eagles. Clean sweep.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you would go with the Packers on it.
he need the Eagles.
If there was in Green Bay, I would think about it.
Let's get this last game. Let's talk.
Okay. All right. We got the Colts at home against the Steelers. And the Colts are 3-point home favorites. This is your Monday night game. I'm going with the Colts. I like the fact that they put Matt Ryan back into the starting lineup. Jonathan Taylor is healthy. I think the Colts are going to win this game. Like I said before, I don't think the Colts are the worst team in their division or the league. I'm sorry, the worst team in the league. No. They'll be second in their
3 weeks
division.
ago.
Who do you got, Phil? I'm going Colts.
I'm going Steelers.
Okay, that's not a bad pick. The Steelers are figuring things out, but I see something's happening in Indianapolis. Who you got, Don?
Let me go on record saying I hate both of these teams. Can't stand the Colts because they left out of town. Yeah, old girlfriend, but hey, like
she
I
broke
said
up
before.
with you.
Yeah, but I got something new. She got me 2 rings, so I'm good.
Left you out in the rain crying.
No, I ain't say crying. I said left. Don't add on to your story. But I got. So you seen the terrible child that's outside Heathcliff's litter box, which you didn't see was the Coach towel that I used to wipe my rims. I'm washing my car. So right now I don't like both of them, but I can't say they playing for Jeff Saturday. I like the way he giving everybody pink slips before the game and letting them know that if I don't come and get your pink slip at the end of the game, go ahead and go and empty your locker. So I think everybody's playing for their job, so I'm going with the Colts.
The Colts. Dale, who you got, man?
I'm going with the Colts. They back to running the ball. That's what offensive linemen coaches do. They run the ball. Callahan did it. All them coaches used to be offensive linemen. They always run the ball. They finally got back to what they used to do.
Yep.
And he said he wasn't going to tank because they were going to put Ellinger in there, which automatically means they were tanking. But Sadie said, "No, we're not going to tank."
Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's a wrap. Thanks for joining us at the Voice of Reason podcast, and thanks, Dale, for joining us, giving us some Cowboys perspective.
Yep.
Yeah.
Appreciate you,
man. Coming on the show.
Yeah. So, all right. We do this every week, man. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. We love to interact. Let us know.